After ages, we are finally back with a new video. We haven't done this in ages, but now we are doing it because
we have a new monster flavor in Germany.
Germany has finally made it, and we are beginning to make a cake with it. Let's go. Okay, first thing first, we have to add egg to our... Well, it's not a batter yet, but we are struggling with the egg here.
But luckily the next one is way easier.
See how easy it came into the bowl. Beautiful, we made it. As a next step, we wanted to replace our usual soy yogurt with kefir. And we aren't making ads for our brand, we're just having it here. And I do as well.
It didn't work that well because it was too watery, so we just kind of ignored it and pretended like we put something in there. Yeah, as you can see, it's very watery.
So we just gave up on this ingredient. And now, finally, for our most important, for the best, for the most amazing, for the great ingredient, the Ultra Strawberry Dream Monster Energy! Woohoo!
Yay!
Yippee! Enthusiasm! And then, secretive as I am, as Anya was finished with putting it in there, I take a sip of the monster. Wow, so secretive.
And for the next step, we are adding red dye to our dough. As you can notice in the later part of the video, it doesn't work very well. This dye is not so great as the usual one, but it matches my shirt. Very nice, and we put a lot in it.
And it didn't do anything.
We are mixing it. Mix. And we're adding the baking powder, so the dough grows very nice and big.
This is very important.
Strong. Yes, the whole package in there.
Let's go. And then I go on soon and we'll mix.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And now we are adding the flour, because otherwise we would just have some watery mystery mixture. And as you can see, the bowl is a little bit too small. It's a very dangerous operation. Again, we are not sponsored by any flour brand. It just so happens to stand there in the picture. And now Emma is adding the sweetener.
And this is very important because, otherwise it would be very not sweet.
We also
and we are baking cake.
We are now adding the mixture into the bigger bowl because, as you might have noticed, it was too small. And now we're mixing it again.
Mix.
The sweetener, mix.
Mix.
A little bit of oil. And mix.
Mix. And more red dye that didn't do anything, but I keep mixing and notice that the color stays basically the same. But then we had the saving idea of adding raspberries in slow motion. Wow, epic.
Yeah, I think Albert Einstein possessed my body for that very moment. We are also snacking a bit. They're frozen to the core, but they're very yummy.
They were delicious. They were delightful.
We weren't as smart and just threw them in there, but then we had another amazing idea. So we put them into the microwave and warmed them up a little bit.
So the juice comes out and we added that juice to our batter, and that actually did the trick. The batter finally became red like the strawberries.
Or the raspberries in our cake. Yes. Then we poured the batter into a baking tray or dish. And of course we didn't add oil, but we added baking paper. It works just as well if you coat the entire pan with it. We are struggling a little bit to get the whole thing out. But if a little bit stays in the bowl, you can snack on it.
Exactly, and that is perfect. I love snacking on dough because it is delicious.
Into the oven it goes. And now we have to wait for half an hour.
Exactly. And now for the cream cheese topping. We first
heat up the raspberries again so they become a bit redder and juicier. We also smash them a little bit with a fork, and now we add the cream cheese that I had left over. And we are now mixing it together. Wow.
Mix. In 4 times speed because I thought I want to make it fast. Yay! Almost finished. And then the cake was also finished. I mean, I did a little bit of editing while it was baking, but now then it had finished, like after half the hour, as we said.
We cut the top open so we can spread more cream cheese topping onto it. Very clever of us, and up it goes. It's so bright pink without artificial coloring, unlike the cake that did not work. So kids, remember,
natural color is great. And now we will be taste testing our cake.
Now we are cutting the cake into small pieces so we can savor it. And let's already start with how it tastes.
Well, I'll try it first and then Anya. And oh my gosh, this was so fucking delicious. I think this is one of my favorite cakes that we have ever baked because it tastes so like nice and raspberry-ish. And what do you give it out of 10 points?
I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10 because the recipe is easy and it's very delicious.
I agree with you because this deserves a 9.5 and the new monster flavor in Germany is very approved by us. We love this.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.